Yo, 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 what it do, y'all? It's your boy Faith Gaines, your boy Charles, and I'm back with another video, another exciting video for you guys. We're keeping the series going. The title of the video is called I Will Make Him an Helpmeet. Women Expose Your Weaknesses, Part 6. Alright? And today, we're going to be looking at, I don't know if y'all can see it, the Book of Ruth, right? Ruth the real one, y'all. Ruth the real one. And, I can't say this video will be about a behavior that a woman particularly does or exposes a man per se in this particular video, but God, y'all understand, I really love making these videos. It will surely give us an idea of the helpmeet, man. Like, I think Ruth was a great example of a helpmeet. And as I was, taking time between before I got to do this video, guys, I want to tell you that I just kept kind of hearing, like, have you ever met someone that brought value to your life before you even knew who they were? Because that's what Ruth did for Boaz in the Book of Ruth. So I'm gonna read. I don't know. I'm probably gonna finish the Book of Ruth with you guys, but we're gonna stop and we're gonna point out some things. I made little notes, and man, Ruth was a real one. Nowadays, I would say, Ruth, if you ladies ever forget how to shoot your shot, read the Book of Ruth, right? And I pray that you find a man that appreciates what you did the same way Boaz appreciated what Ruth did. Because you can be Ruth for the wrong man. Real talk. So I pray that you find the man that appreciates you, a man of God. Yeah, know what I'm going to say? Only a man of God can lead you to the kingdom. I'm not saying as a woman you can't go and seek God yourself. That's not what I'm saying. Is if you're looking for a marriage, right? A man of God will lead you to God. That's his duty, right? A proper man of God, a holy man of God, because there are men that are out here that claim they're men of God that are living foul too. So use your discernment. Don't be blinded by the red flags. You start tying a bunch of red flags together and they're going to end up wrapping around your eyes and you won't be able to see. You know what I'm saying? So, let's get into the Book of Ruth. And as always, seek first the kingdom of God for yourself. I make these videos to edify and, what God puts in my spirit. But always seek God for yourself first. You may not be, you may not need this video. Some may need it. You may have a different understanding of things. This is how God is using me to speak to those that watch this video and understand this video, and some may not. Some may have a different understanding. Some may never see this video. Some may get something different from this video that someone else gets. So always seek God first, guys. Seek God first. Always, always, always pray. Seek the Lord Jesus Christ. Always, always, always. All right. So let's get into it. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background about what's going on in this story in the Book of Ruth, right? So I'm just going to read, right? Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. Right? So there's a famine. A man went to another country with his wife, and went to the country of Moab with his wife and 2 sons. Right? And the name of the man was Elimelech. Right? And the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion, Euphrates of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. All right. So just giving you guys a breakdown of what's going on, why we are here, why these people are here in the Bible, why we're learning about Elimelech and Naomi, and how this all goes with the video. Right. So I'm just giving you guys a background. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the woman of Moab. Right? Remember, they went to Moab to escape the famine. Right? And it only makes sense. Right? If you live in New York, you're probably gonna meet your husband and wife in New York. If you live in Alabama, you probably gonna meet your husband and wife in Alabama. All right? Makes sense. Right? And they took them wives of the woman of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years. So they stayed there for 10 years. So they got the wives and they stayed there for about 10 years, right? It says, and Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them, right? And the woman was left of her 2 sons and her husband, right? Then she arose with daughters-in-law, right? So we talk about Naomi now. Naomi was left, so her husband died, Chilion died, and I believe the other brother was named Mahlon, right? They died. So all 3 of the men of Naomi's life are now deceased, right? It says, then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. So they went back to Bethlehem, Judah, right? Judah, I should say, right? And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. The Lord grant you that ye may find rest, each of you, in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. And they said unto her, surely we will return with thee unto thy people. Right? So Naomi was sad. You know, she didn't want the daughters-in-law to feel this burden. So she told them to go back to their own lands to find husbands, right? But they said, no, we want to come with you. We want to come with you. You are the mother-in-law of our husbands, and we want to come with you, right? And Naomi turned again, my daughters, why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry? So what she's saying is like, why are you ladies still here with me? Like, I don't have any sons to give you guys. Like, you know, would ye tarry for them till they were grown? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me. Right? So Naomi was basically saying, like, so are you ladies going to stick around for me to have new sons, that you will marry them? You know, she feel like the Lord, you know, had his hand against her, right? And they lifted up their voice and wept again. So they cried. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her, right? And then the Bible has a reference, Proverbs 17:17, right? So Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, and she would get ready to leave. She kissed her goodbye, but Ruth clave, which means to held on to. She held on to Naomi, right? So let's just look at Proverbs 17:17 real quick, right? So let's look that up. Remember, right? So Orpah left, and Ruth claved onto Naomi, right? Proverbs 17:17, right? This is a reference of what's happening, right? And it says, Proverbs 17:17, a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. So a friend loveth at all times, right? And a brother is born for adversity. So when you're going through something, it's your brother that you're going to need, right? So, not saying these women are brother, but they are here for Naomi's adversity, right? A brother could be speaking of brother as in like your fellow man also, right? And she said, thank you, Father God, this is beautiful. And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back into her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. Now, Orpah left, right? Orpah left, right? So, from what we read so far, Orpah went back to Moab, right? And it says, and she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back into her people and into her gods. This is a lowercase g, guys. I'm going to try to show you guys real quick. Probably can't see it, but we on Ruth. We on Ruth chapter 1, verse 15. This is a lowercase g. This is false gods, right? Return thou after thy sister-in-law, right? Now pretty much now the story begins, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Not saying the story to begin, but now we're going to get into the righteousness of Ruth, right? See, Ruth didn't leave Naomi, right? Orpah was like, hey, look, thanks, and thanks for everything, but I'm going back to her old false beliefs, and she's separating herself from the Lord, right? This goes for both men and women. A lot of people, they will when I got to give me the proper words, right? They will cling on to someone that is of God because that person is a righteous person, right? But they themselves are not truly in relationship and religion under the Holy Father. So it's like they're almost there only because you have the grace of God on you, right? Or for example, right? And this often happens with family, right? As it happens in this story, right? Just like in this story, you'll have a son who's married to his wife, and the son and the mother is of God, right? But the wife may not be a believer of God, but she's married to the son for whatever reason, right? Now, God forbid something happens to the son and he's no longer there. Her belief in God just goes away, right? And this is what Orpah did, and a lot of people do this. A lot of people do this, right? They stay close to people of God, but when that person of God is no longer in the picture, everyone that they're associated with, they just exile themselves from them. Which goes to show that you, or the person that did this, had no true connection with God. Right? It is what it is. Christ said, be a light unto the world. A house on the hill cannot be hidden. These people are going to gravitate towards you because you represent righteousness. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to the story. Now let's talk about what Ruth did, right? Because Naomi telling her, said, return thou after thy sister-in-law. So do what she did, right? And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God, uppercase G, capital G, and thy God, my God. Right? So Ruth said, nah, wherever you go, I'm going. Your God is my God. I believe in the Lord of Israel, God of Israel. That's what it is now. Right? I'm not leaving you, Naomi. Like, you my mother-in-law, and I'm going to hold you down, right? Ruth, y'all, Ruth different, y'all. Ruth different. And remember, she was a Moabite, so she's choosing not to go back to her old people's way. She's choosing the Lord. I'm going to keep telling y'all got to choose God. Y'all got to choose God. It says, pick up thy cross, bear your cross, and deny yourself. She's denying her old people's way to follow Naomi, who's a woman of God, and what she said, thy God, my God. All right, let's continue. When thou diest, will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part thee and me. Basically what she's saying is, hey, when you get buried, I will be buried next to you. The only thing that's going to separate us, Naomi, is death itself. Right? So, let's continue. Right? Because we haven't got to Boaz yet, but we're going to get there, right? So, they two went until... So now we're on chapter 1 still, but we're on verse 19. Right? I guess we'll read 18. It says, when she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. So they two went until they came to Bethlehem, and it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them, and they said, is this Naomi? So they came back, and the people of Bethlehem was like, Naomi? Like, what you doing back here? You know what I'm saying? Then you go out with Elimelech, and y'all supposed to have start your life? Like, what you doing back here? Right? And she said unto them, call me not Naomi. Naomi, and so it has like a breakdown. It says Naomi means pleasant. She said, call me Mara. Mara means bitter, right? It says, for the Almighty have dealt very bitterly with me, right? I went out full, and the Lord have brought me home again empty. Why then call ye Naomi? Call ye me Naomi, seeing the Lord have testified against me, and the Almighty had afflicted me. So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, with her, which returned out of the country of Moab, and they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest, right? So now we're going into chapter 2, right? So Naomi still feeling sad, she feeling like the Lord afflicted her, and that she's down, she's feeling down, right? She's feeling down. But you guys gotta remember, everything is done for the glory of the Father. Let's keep going, right? And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband, right? Kinsman is like a relative, someone close to her husband. A mighty man of wealth of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz, right? And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, go, my daughter. Right? So this is, guys, this you're gonna have to be very mature to understand what I'm about to tell you. If you get triggered, I ask that you pray, but you're gonna have to be very mature to understand what I'm about to tell you. Right? Naomi knew that Boaz was a good man because he was a kinsman of Elimelech, right? And Ruth listening to Naomi, knowing that Naomi is a good woman also, it's like, okay, we in this situation. I'm gonna go glean these corn and hope that I find sight in the eyes of Boaz, right? And because Naomi knew that Boaz was a good man, she said, yo, like, I don't want to say yo, God forgive me. She said, go, my daughter, like, go do that. Like, put yourself under a righteous man. A lot of people, a lot of men and women, and we, these are women talking, so I'm gonna address my women. Ladies, like, man, this just hit me. Like, I just actually, not me, but I just seen this for myself. Like, they say birds of a feather flock together. And when I hear that, I'm not gonna lie, I take that as like a derogatory term. Like, nobody wants to be known as a bird, right? But the quote that I came up with is doves of a feather love together. Meaning, good people stick with other good people because they know they're good people, right? And those that know how to love know other people that know how to love, right? Like, I ain't come here to play, man. Like, this is some real mature stuff we talking about. Like, so when someone tells you, right, or this is what I'll give an example, right? Like, someone gets married, right? Let's say your best friend, this is for the ladies. Let's say your homegirl gets married, right? And her husband's friend, right? And deep down inside, you want to get married too, right? And your homegirl is like, yo, my husband's friend, Ron, that's a good man. You need to put yourself in front of Ron because he's looking for a good wife. And hopefully he'll find grace in your presence and you guys can get married as well. Some people might look at Ron. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Ron is not what you expect him to be. Maybe he's not out here living no fast life. Maybe he's not one of those bad boys or whatever the case may be. Maybe Ron is not the particular type that you date. But what is Ron? Ron is a man of God. Ron is a man of integrity. Ron is a man that has things. Ron is a man that has, as we're going to learn about Boaz. Boaz has his workers. He has his field. He has things going on for him. Ron ain't out here running the streets. Ron is a man of integrity. Like I said before, I know I love the word integrity. Ron is a good dude. And your homegirl is telling you, put yourself in front of Ron. And some of y'all be like, oh, Ron boring. And then her other homegirl, because she got other homegirls, her other homegirl who might be in the faith, who's tired of running to all these dudes that are no good, she like, you know what? I'm going to do like Ruth did. And if my homegirl is also telling me, because she going to tell both of y'all. She might tell both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself in front of Ron. And that other homegirl puts her in front of Ron. And like it says, like we going to find out with Boaz and Ruth, if Ron think that she is a good woman, Ron is going to go and make things happen. Because Ron recognizes a good woman when he sees one. He recognizes a help me. He recognizes a woman that's going to be a blessing unto him. He not about to play with nobody. So ladies, if you got a homegirl that married, remember, doves of a feather love together. If her man is a loving man, that means he knows other loving men. You might want to go find those. You might want to pick her brain about his good friends. Or if she allows you to speak to him and ask him about his guy friends that are really good men and look for love, you might want to do that. Let's continue, right? It says, so I'm going to skip that. line. Matter of fact, I'll just keep reading. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers, and her hap was too light on a part of the field belonging unto Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech. So Boaz was a close relative of Elimelech, who was Naomi's husband. Remember, doves of a feather love together. Elimelech is a good man. He's a kin of Boaz. Most likely, he's a good man also. Let's keep going, right? And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem, and said unto the reapers, the Lord be with you. And they answered him, and the Lord blessed thee. So now we're learning what kind of man Boaz is. My man Boaz pulled up, saw the reapers taking care of that corn. Bless y'all, man. Let the Lord be with y'all. And they answered him, and the Lord blessed thee. Right? So Boaz is a good dude here, man of God. He blessing the people. He's showing love to the reapers out here that's taking care of the field, right? Then said Boaz unto his servants that was set over the reapers, whose damsel is this? So Boaz saw Ruth, right? Here we go. Y'all laughing. I'll be laughing when I be reading, because the Bible got everything in there. So Boaz like, yo, my man, like, let me talk to you real quick. Yo, mom, whose damsel is that over there? Yeah, that one. Like, she just there, just gleaning the corn. Like, who that? Like, who is she? Right? And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, it is the Moabitess damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. Right? Now remember, this is for the fellas too. Remember, doves of a feather love together. Now Naomi was the wife of Elimelech. Right? Now Boaz know that Elimelech wife is not going to be hanging out with no woman that ain't a god. Fellas, y'all not listening, man. Boaz knew that Naomi was not about to associate with herself with a woman that was not of God. Right? Remember, Orpah left. The other wife from her son, she left. Naomi came with Naomi already. Oh, remember what I said at the beginning of the video? Have you ever met someone that proved their value before you even knew them? Before Boaz even knew who Ruth was, he saw that she took this trip with her mother-in-law from Moab, which was her country, back to Bethlehem, Judah. So already Boaz is like, yo, she came back with Naomi back to Bethlehem, Judah? Okay, she already showing that she got good character. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna talk too much slang up in the video, but she already showing she got some good character. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue, y'all. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather. Here we go. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came and hath continued even from the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house. Right? So she said, no. That's what hey, can I glean the corn after the reapers? You know what I'm saying? I pray thee, like, please, like, let me work. You know what I'm saying? Let me prove myself. She said, I pray you, let me glean the corn. Right? Let me stop right there, y'all. Video is about to end. We're going to get into the next part in a second. Y'all see the smile on my face, y'all. We about to go in, man. Story's just starting with Boaz and Ruth. We about to go in. Be right back.